back or mount. I prefer back to mount. There's just so many more options. So the three components are, I gotta have my hooks. Hooks are here with my feet apart. If I step over, if I cross my feet, he can submit me by stepping over my top foot.
Huh.
Do the opposite leg, yeah. And now when he bridges, he can break my ankle. Okay, so we never cross our feet. The other reason is I don't really control him, and you wouldn't get points in a sport jiu-jitsu match if they were scoring it right with your feet crossed like this, because I'm not really controlling him. He can turn and face me in this circle I've created, and he's in my closed guard, so I'm not controlling him. Here he can't turn. I can put pressure with my heels, I can keep him from turning, so this is the better control. The second part is that my hands are either both are under, at least one is always got to be under. No matter what I'm doing, there's got to be one hand under one armpit. So if I'm here attacking a choke and it's not there, when I want to attack the other hand, I don't pull the other hand out. I'll put this one under first and then pull this one out and start trying to attack. But right now we're just going to worry about our grip. So we got a seatbelt grip here. And the third is that my head is tight. My head's always got to be tight. So, in self-defense, or he can't be punching me or he can't headbutt me from the front here. And the other thing is that, it's hard to maintain back control when I'm way back here, when he's moving around. I need to stay tight. I forgot there was UFC last night, and like the main event, the guy took the guy's back and he couldn't shake him. Like, he had really good back control. So, or Damian Maya too, when you guys watch him. So this is our starting position here. So we're just going to work around. We'll get here. We can either go double unders or over under. We're going to work on moving around with someone on our back here. My goal is to tire this guy out. It's to tire him out. First off, whenever I'm on someone's back, when they're here, seated, that's probably the best opportunity for them to escape. They're kind of compact here, and again, their hands can reach my feet. They can maybe pull a hook out. But so the first thing I always do, I'm not going to worry about it now, I'm just going to mention it, is that whenever I'm on someone's back and I get someone's back, I'm never letting them stay here. I'm immediately pulling them back here. And now they can't reach down and mess with my hooks, and I'm attacking up here, and they have to respect the chokes that are going on top. So the first thing I do is pull them back. Every time they're here,
Scoot them back.
I lay them back, flatten them out. So we're just going to go, assume we were here with double unders, and we're going to start our attacks. So what I'm going to do is one hand's got to come out, one hand's always got to stay underneath. If I pull both hands out, he can just drop his back to the mat. He can slide straight down and start escaping here, okay? And that's too easy, like we can't let that happen, so always one underneath, okay? So I'm here, I'm going to pull one hand out, and I'm going to sneak my hand in. I'm not going to come around wide where he can see my hand and grab it, and start there, baseball, try putting my hand over his head and escaping. I want to come in and sneak under, so a lot of times, look, this right here, especially when you're sweaty, I just make a little plow, and then doing this, it goes right under the chin, and now I'm here. I get my thumb in and I cinch it up here. I get a good grip up in the collar. I'm not letting my hand slide at any point. Nice, good grip. This one then comes across, pulls down, and I'm drawing the bow on this bow and arrow choke. I'm pulling this elbow back, and I'm looking behind me on the choking hand as I pull this one down. So when I pull this one down, it straightens up and tightens on this artery, and this one behind is catching the other artery, and I just pull back and create pressure until he taps. Okay? So let's work on that one. I'm going for the choke, and he knows it. And so his proper defense is to fall away from the choke. So he's going to come this way. When he does, look, I have to choke with the bottom hand. And, like, the hand closest to the mat is always the one that chokes. If I try to choke with the top hand, he has too much room. Go ahead, Tim. And he can grab, even if I get my thumb in, he can grab my elbow, move it. He can grab my elbow, move it around. Relax. Move it around to the other side of his head, and this is the defense. Okay? So, the choking hand needs to be on the bottom. So one of two things I have to do. I either have to put this one back underneath here. Now I take this one out, and now I get up on my elbow and feed into my hand. And now I'm looking, same thing, I'm looking towards the mat, and I'm pulling this elbow back and finishing. Boom. Okay? Or, I pull this arm out. This one needs to be the choking hand. When the arm that's choking him when it's close to the mat, he doesn't have many options. He can't lift it up and over his head. And this gives me the ability to look down and finish it. Boom. Up here, there's too many options. He can, again, put my arm around his head and start his escape. So I need to choke with the bottom hand where he can't do that. If I can't, if this one's underneath, and I can't get this one underneath and pull this one out, then all I'm going to do is seatbelt my hands, my grip here, open this one, cross his body with my other hook, and I'm going to drag him, pushing off the ground with my right leg to the other side. And when I do, then I throw this hook in, and now my bottom hand is the choking hand. I'm here, grabbing and choking. Okay? So, let's do this. Let's stay with the same groups, and then we'll get into up, down, out. Travis is here. I'll walk you through when you guys go for the choke, they're going to fall away from it, which is the proper. You're going to move away from the hand that's coming to choke and get your back to the mat. We're going to switch our hands first, and then we're going to go back and go the seatbelt grip and drag him. I come for the choke. He knows it's coming, and again, he's going to drop to the mat away from the choking hand.
No, this way.
Now I'm going to beat him. I'm going to get my frame here. I don't want to overextend my elbow. I just want to get my forearm here to beat him. Okay. Just stop him from getting to the mat. Now that I'm here, I'm framing his head away, getting my bottom hook across his body, hugging the arm that's towards me. All I'm doing is framing his head away, passing the leg over. I'm not crossing, I'm not doing anything like that. All I'm doing is flattening out now. My knees are together. That's important. If my knees are wide, his elbow can move around in there and he can escape. My knees are together, he can't. Thumb pointed up, pinky to my chest, and just bridging here. Boom. Okay? Look, I don't control the wrist here because there's a lot of play. I'm sorry, the hand. I control the wrist where there's no play when I finish the armbar. Okay? Here, he's got some wiggle room. Here he has none. My knees are tight so his elbow can't move and he can't shift and get out. So again, I come out for the choke. He tries to move away from it. Boom, I beat him. Bottom leg across. Frame his head away as I hug this arm. Knees together, flatten him out. Finish. Okay? Easy. So when we come down for the arm bar, we're not changing the angle, and instead you guys are doing this, you know, where you're still parallel. This is not change the angle. So I'm beating him. Look, I'm changing the angle. Boom. Sorry, I'm never using my leg to try to change. It's the same thing from closed guard. When I see guys do this, it drives me nuts. Go ahead, turn around. Like they're here. And instead of, you know, I haven't changed the angle from the armbar, but they're trying to pass this leg over. They do this. And all he does is pull his arm out and pass your guard. It's like you have to change the angles before you go for anything. Same thing on this armbar from the back. Change the angle so you guys are parallel to perpendicular, and then you can pass the leg over the head without giving him space to escape. All right, so let's do